Just bringing your breath onto your mat, wherever you're sitting. Inhale and exhale, getting centered with breath to start our morning. As always, if cross-legged is not comfortable, just put your legs any way that's comfortable right now. Okay, we're going to start looking for a nice little light fire in the belly here as we deepen our inhales. So inhaling through the nose into that internal warmth, and then exhaling through the nose, continuing nice deep inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. And as you inhale, just let that light and warmth that's inside of you start to spread throughout your body, softening as you exhale. And just a couple more times on your own breath. And then when you're done bringing your breath back to normal, we'll start our spinal series. Okay, so these can also, imagine if you're sitting in a chair, you can do this as well, right? So imagine sometimes that you're sitting in a chair, like going through your busy day, and you can stop, put your hands to your knees, arch your back, and look up. Here we go, this is the cow. And then round your spine and gaze toward your lap. And that's the cat. And we're going to arch and look up and round and gaze. Being really nice to our spine here. Making sure the head moves last. Starting at the bottom of the spine and working your way up. And then as you go into your cat, you still start at the bottom of the spine. And then coming back up to seated, we're going to extend this. So take your arms forward with your palms facing up. We'll go a little deeper here. As you arch your back and look up, bring your elbows back. And then as you round and gaze forward, touch your fingertips. Moving through, once again, head is moving last. Just extending more with the arms long here. And then the next time your fingertips are touching, clasp your fingers and bring your arms overhead. Okay, we're going to start to move side to side here. So inhale with the shoulders soft and then reach up through the rib cage. Inhale, and as you exhale, tilt to the right and come center and tilt to the left. And come center and go to the right and center and left and center. Over to the right and up, over to the left and up. Now we'll stay over to the right, making sure the left hip stays grounded, and release the hands so the arms are parallel. Check to make sure your shoulders are stacked here. So we're not looking forward, we're stacked. Press your right fingertips away from you. Inhale and exhale, and start to gravitate your left shoulder back a little bit so you're looking up. Then coming back to parallel. Yep. Up you go and over. And arms parallel. Making sure the right hip is grounded. Shoulders are stacked as you press the left fingertips away. and bringing everything up, hands down, and let's shake out the shoulders a bit. Roll them back and roll them forward. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a twist here. We're going to take the legs straight, give them a little shake here, and then just bend your right knee. So your right foot is about a hand's width distance away from your left leg, okay? So your right foot could be more in line with your calf or more in line with your thigh, whichever is feeling better to you right now, okay? So we're still waking up the body. Inhale, just look up. Bring your left hand to your right knee. And bring your right arm back. Inhale. And just twist a bit. We don't want to tug on the right leg. We're just twisting, using the breath to help us release. Starting to take the gaze toward the right shoulder, and then turning the gaze toward the left shoulder. Bringing the gaze back to the right, and gently releasing. All right, so a little twist for the waist and a little work for the neck there. Go ahead and give your legs a little bit of a shake and bend your left knee. So we're keeping a little bit of space, about a hand's width, in between the leg that's straight and the foot that's there. And that foot could be either thigh, calf, wherever it's comfortable right now. Inhale, bringing the right hand to the left knee, and then just take your left hand back by your left hip. Inhale as you lengthen your spine and gently twisting. Inhaling, you lengthen the spine. Exhale, you gently move into your twist as you turn your gaze toward your left shoulder. Staying here, turning the gaze toward the right shoulder. Back to the left. And unwind. Bring your legs forward and do a little crazy shake there. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to go one more time to each side. So the right foot comes in, left hand to the right knee, up and over with the right hand by the hip, lengthening the spine and twisting. So in yoga, we never compare ourselves to anything else, but we sometimes might want to see, like, how does this twist feel compared to the first time I did it, right? Just keep inhaling, exhaling, gazing towards your right shoulder, and then the left, and then back to the right. And untwist and release. A little crazy shake for the legs. We're going to take that twist to the left again, okay? So we're not judging, we're just saying, oh, how does this feel? How did it feel the first time I did it? Right hand to the left knee, left hand by your hip. Inhale and twist. So whenever you inhale, think about the opportunity to lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, moving a little deeper into the twist, taking your gaze towards your left shoulder, then towards your right, back to the left, and then release. Shake the legs out. All right, so I promised you a gentle opening. So far we've had that. We're going to do some spiral energy work. So let's go ahead and come to cross-legged here. Now, if you really don't like your legs crossed, you can keep them straight. We're bringing hands to the knees. Inhale, the spine is long. Exhale forward, and we start making some circles to the right, back, to the left, and forward. And you'll notice, now everything moves here. Whatever you feel like moving, moves. However deep you want to go, you go. You'll notice your shoulders are moving. Your hips are circling on the mat, your glutes actually, and you're making a spiral of energy. And then the next time you're forward, hold here and take your circles the other way. Looking for any opportunities here to release, release. And then eventually holding forward and coming back up to a nice easy seat. Okay, and close your eyes for a moment. Turn your palms up. This is the energy receiving position. And close your eyes for a second and just look for that light and warmth that you were working on earlier. Find it again and let it spread all through the body. And then go ahead, open your eyes, bend your knees, okay? And we really need to wake up the core, right? So let's go ahead and bring the feet hip width distance, bring the arms forward, and slowly roll down. So positioning yourself on your mat where your head can still be on your mat. And go ahead and bring your knees in. Give yourself a hug, rock a little from side to begin with. And then take the knees to tabletop. So your legs are in tabletop, knees over hips. These shins are parallel with the floor, hands down by your side. You're going to take your right leg forward and in, and left leg forward and in. All right, let's do that one more time. Right leg forward and in, and left leg forward and in. Now you know how it feels this way. Roll your shoulders and head up and take your hands out to the side. Now, imagine that there's a grapefruit in between your chin and your chest, so you're not tucking your chin. You're actually one straight line, and right leg forward and in, and left leg forward and in. Keep going, and if at any time you decide that you would be happier and this would be more effective for you if your shoulders and head were down, then go ahead and bring your shoulders and head down. Otherwise, keep going, right and left, right and left, right and left. We're going to go right and left one more time. Take the shoulders and head down, and take a little break. Everybody okay? Yeah. So far, so good? All right, so we're going to go back up. And once again, if your neck starts to bother you, make sure you're not tucking your chin. All right, knees are above the hips. They're right over the hips. Shins are parallel. We roll up. Okay, good position here. Now take your right leg forward, and we're going to bring it up and down, up and down. The right leg is forward. It's up and down, up and down. Two more, up and down. And go ahead and bring your right knee in. Give yourself a little break here. Rock around a little bit. Knees over hips. Back to that tabletop position. Good. Okay, so what I can see, everybody's shins look great. You want the shins parallel. You really don't want your feet dropping like this. You want your shins parallel. We're rolling up here, taking the left leg straight and then up and down with control, not flinging up and down. All the benefit is coming from the control of this movement. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Two more. And bring it in. Whew! Where's that warmth now? Is it going? Is it cooking? Inhale and exhale. All right. So now we're going to do a little bit for the lower abs. So take your hands by your side, legs straight up. Flex your feet. Your hips are not going to lift far. I know if you know this because you've done reverse crunches before in your life. Try and make a footprint on the wall. Up, up. So it's just a little lift here. Trying to make a footprint on your ceiling. And 3, and 2, and 1. All right, bring your knees in, rock from side to side. Whew. Okay, we're going to take the legs back up, getting the obliques now. So bring your arms straight up, palms together. Inhale, roll up. Remember, we're still not tucking the chin. Take the hands over to the right, and then take your left leg down and up, down and up. Down and up. Just 2 more times. Oh, and then bring it down. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to do the same thing over to the left, and then we'll be done, okay? Unless anybody wants to continue. You're voting for done, I'm guessing, right? Take it up and take it over to the left. Right leg down and up, down and up. Protect your neck. And 2 more. And bring it in. Ooh, nice. Bring your knees in. Rock from side to side. Inhale and exhale. That also helped warm up the hips too. Let's come to tabletop. Tabletop here. Knees under the hips. Wrists under the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. We're going to work the feet a little bit. Right foot comes back. Press through the heel, roll over. So a nice foot massage here. Press through the heel and hold. Bring it in. The right knee comes in. Same thing on the left. Press through the heel and hold. And now the left knee comes down. Okay, we're going to take this forward into a knee down plank. So you may need to, depending on where you are, you may need to move your knees back. You're taking the arms forward long, and then bring your body into a nice knee down plank position. Adjust so your wrists are back under your shoulders, spine is long. Inhale and exhale. And then just press back gently. And come back to your knee down plank. This time we're going to add a push-up, down and up. That's the chaturanga move we do in sun salutations, right? Press the hips back. And forward, and down, and up. And hips back. Knee down plank. Take it down and up. One more time, hips back, take it forward, down and up, and now find a nice comfortable child's pose for yourself. Okay, so traditional child's pose could be arms long. Remember, the head is supported, right? The hips may or may not touch the heels. You might like your arms back right now, just to relax the shoulders. So however you want, take a child's pose, take a few breaths. Oh, feel the warmth you've been building just spread. And then as you're ready, Come back to your table, tuck your toes, and come into a downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, you're going to pedal your feet, pressing the heels down, one by one. One heel down and hold. Feel that nice stretch in the back of the legs, and then the other heel down and hold. And then both heels up. Bend your knees, shoot your hips back a little more, and start to straighten your legs as your heels descend toward the mat. And then take a nice walking meditation, feet up to your hands as you come up to the top of your mat. And when you get to the top of your mat, bring your hands to your thighs, press your hips back, look up. This we call the half lift. Exhale, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. All right, great. So let's work on some chair leg strengthening, all right? So you're gonna bring your feet hip width distance apart. You're gonna make sure you're in a place where you can eventually balance. So if that means for you having a chair nearby, being near a wall, or being on a flatter surface, then that's what you want to do. The first thing we're going to do is just work through our chair, warming it up. So for chair, hips are back, pelvis tucks under. You can wiggle your toes right now because your weight is behind you. Arms come shoulder height, maybe tuck a little more. Arms come up by the ears. And you're in some form of chair. Nice. Inhale and exhale. Now reach up, inhale, exhale, swan dive, bent knees and bent hips, and then float back into your chair. First the arms are shoulder height, then they come up. Is this making sense? Yeah. Yeah, bring it up, inhale, exhale, swan dive down, knees and hips bend. Hands, arms to shoulder height, then chair again. One more time, inhale, floating back up into a chair. Inhale and release. Whew. Okay, inhale and exhale. We might have done this one before. We're going to do pulse, 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 knee up. All right, so let's just start with coming back into that chair, and then pulse, pulse, pulse. Just raise your right heel right now as you come up. Raise your right heel, stand up. Okay, bring it down. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Left heel as you straighten up. And release, shake it out. So that's always an alternative to lifting the knee. Right? Say you lift your knee and you're like, oh, my balance just isn't doing that today. You can always just do a heel up. Is that making sense? Yeah. Okay, good. Some days I make sense. All right, here we go. Chair. Here we go. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lift your right knee as your arms come down. Woo. And then go back to chair. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lift your left knee as your arms. There it is. Let's keep going. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Right knee. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Left knee. And then just take it a few more times at your own pace. Chair, pulse, 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 knee. All right, when you're even, take your time. You don't have to stop until you're even. One side and then the other, and then shake it out. Okay, great. All right, so we strengthened the legs and worked on a little moving balance. And you know, it could be a little slippery out there, so those things will all be helpful if you need to venture out and move, okay? So let's start with our sun salutations now. We're going to really warm up the whole body. Top of the mat here. Inhale and exhale. So your feet are hip-width distance apart, and we start in mountain pose. The shoulders are back and down. Palms are forward. This also energy bringing position, palms forward, also opens the heart. Inhale and exhale. Find that light and warmth. Now you're completely straight. Just let it go all through the body. Light and warmth throughout the body. We're going to be building even more heat and even more brightness here. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. As you exhale with your arms long, twist to the right. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale as you twist to the left with the arms long. Inhale, up. Elbows to waist as you look up. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Okay, we've been warming up the legs, so your swan dive, just bend your knees whatever amount is necessary for you to be comfortable right now. You might go straight leg here. We're in a forward fold. Bring the hands to the thighs, pressing back through the hips, looking up for the half lift. Exhale the hands down, and we're going to a plank. So right leg back, left leg back. You're either in a knee up, or if you were happier with a knee down plank right now, remember we were doing that before, go into knee down plank, knees up or down. Here's the chaturanga. Elbows bend, you come down. So we come all the way down, the hands are under the shoulders here. Roll your shoulders towards your ears, down your spine, and look up. Here's a cobra. Cobra back bend here, and release. And find your way back and up to downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. And in your down dog, take your right leg up and then just tap your toes gently down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Hold the leg up. Now come more onto your left toes. Bring your right knee in and take the biggest step that's available to you right now. Put your right foot down, meet it with your left. Bring it up to the top of your mat. You've walked up, hands to the thighs, half lift, forward fold. Looking for whatever straightness, as much straightness as the legs will give you right now. And then super strong and grounded from the waist down, super light from the waist up. Exhale. As you inhale, reverse swan dive. You're just floating. Float up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. And release. All right. So when you get this sun salutation, as just your body knows what to do, and over the weeks your body has really developed the muscle memory for this. Anytime during the day you feel like I need some energy, I want some warmth, you can just break out a sun salutation. The part that we're doing right now with the twist and the arms, totally optional if you remember it. If you don't, just leave it out. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale the arms up. And elbows to waist as you look up, heart opening. Inhale, up, swan dive, straight legs, dive down, hands to the thighs, hips back. Look up, half lift, hands down, stepping back to plank or knee down plank. Which one is you today? Or right now? Inhale and exhale. And then if your knees are up, roll more onto the tips of your toes here. This will help position you for a nice, strong chaturanga. If your knees are down, strong chaturanga too, okay? You just won't do that roll. Hands under the shoulders and roll your shoulders back and up and lift. We're in cobra here and release, okay? Hands are still under the shoulders as you find your way to downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Your fingers are spread wide. The dog sometimes can be a nice resting pose. So take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Soften into your dog. And then take your left leg up. Tap the toes down and up. Down and up with the left leg. Keep going. Just turning to look at you. Down and up. Hold the leg up. Now come as far onto the right toes as you can. Round your spine, bring your left knee through and take whatever big step is there for you today. Meet your left foot with your right and walk up to the top of the mat. Take a half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Bring your hands down by your side in mountain pose. And now assess, where's my light? Where's my warmth? Let it go all the way to the tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, crown of your head. You're inhaling and exhaling. Nice. All right, so from the top of the mat here, we're going to come into a high crescent lunge. So go ahead and take your right foot back. Your left knee bends, so your left knee is over the ankle. Your right foot is back and your heel is lifted. This is more of a balance challenge than having your foot down. So if you start to feel like you need a little assistance with balance, just bring your heel down, okay? All right, so we're in high crescent lunge here. We're gonna take the arms forward and up. Remember, we're balancing, so keeping the gaze steady is important. Inhale and exhale. Now with your head still in between your arms, take your body forward in space, reaching your arms forward. We're not touching the thigh with the belly here. The core is active. We're just forward here. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to pull the elbows back as we look up and forward. Back and forward. Leave out the gaze if it's making you too unsteady, because moving your gaze is very challenging. Back, and then bring the arms forward and hold. Bring it back up to crescent, and step forward, release. Whew! How's that left leg feeling? Yeah, all right. Any questions about that? Everybody good? Good. So far? Okay. All right, let's come to the top of the mat here. We're taking the left leg back. Your right knee is bending now. Okay, we take the arms forward, lengthen through the spine, and then come up into a crescent lunge. Now we're going to keep the head in between the arms and take the body on a diagonal forward. The core is engaged here, arms are long. Inhale, and as you exhale, elbows to waist, and look up, elbows to waist. And keep going, you know the move now. Remember, start to wobble, just bring your back foot down for a second, bring it back up when you're ready. Next time your arms are forward, keep them long, return to your crescent lunge, and step forward, release, shake out the arms. All right. If you want, as an extra balance challenge, we're going to do it again. Remember, we're here, right? arms are back, and then we have the arms long. As an extra balance challenge at the end, we might try lifting the back leg into an extended warrior 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your choice, okay? All right, so we're mountain pose at the top of the mat. We're moving through balance, and we might even be going to a more challenging balance. So let's calm the mind. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Remember the importance of the gaze. Your gaze will land on a spot and it's going to stay there. Take your right leg back, left knee bends, okay? First thing we're doing is coming into the crescent lunge, arms up. Then we're coming forward with the body, inhale and exhale. Elbows back and forward, back and forward. We'll do this one more time, back, forward and hold. Stay here or start to pull yourself more forward. You have to come a little more forward so that your back leg gets lighter and possibly lifts. Try not to look straight down, look about 6 feet ahead of you, and then bring your back leg down, come back to crescent lunge, and step forward. How'd that go? All right, so let's go ahead and try it on the other side. Other leg back. Yep. Front knee bends, back heel is lifted, arms are forward, reaching forward, then arms are overhead, you're in crescent lunge. Then your arms come forward and you start elbows back and forward. 3 times here, back and forward, back. Now we forward and hold. Start to reach a little farther forward so your back leg, there it is. Extended warrior 3. And when you're ready, nice, step your back leg down, front knee bends, and step forward. All right, mountain pose at the top of your mat. Those were awesome. Just let your breath circulate through the body. Feeling that light and warmth spread throughout, and also feeling how balanced you are. Whatever version of that you did, you're balanced. Wonderful. All right, shake everything out. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do a little wide-legged stuff here. So let's go ahead and take the legs wide, and we'll move into a nice little flow here, warrior 2 sequence. So go ahead and turn your right toes forward, your left toes in at an angle, and you're going to bend your right knee. As always, the knee is directly over the ankle and is tracking right through the center of the foot. Okay, so you don't want your knee doing this. You want your knee right through the center of your foot. Okay, so here you are. Now that you've got that settled, press the outer edge of your left foot into the mat. For this series, we want this back leg really strong and grounded. And then we want the shoulders right over the hips. So if a tube were to come down from the ceiling, your shoulders and hips would be in it. Now the arms are out. Both arms are at shoulder height. Nice. And remember, strong from the waist down, light from the waist up. Gaze past your right fingertips. Inhale and exhale. You're in warrior 2. Now we're going to take the left hand gently to the leg. Turn the right palm up. Only moving from the waist, reverse your warrior. So the legs haven't changed here. You're concrete from the waist down. And then you come back to warrior 2. Now bending your right elbow. Take it to a side angle. Your left arm is up. This arm is not supporting you. Your core is supporting you. And if it feels okay to you, you can take your arm over your ear. If you were happier with your arm up, that's how you do it. And then you come back to warrior two. The legs still have not changed. Yes, good. So your wide leg. Now we're back in warrior two, reversing the warrior. Warrior two, side angle. Arm stays up or over. This right arm has nothing to do but decorate your thigh. Okay, warrior two. We're going to go through that 2 times on your own. All right, you know it now. So it's just warrior two, yep, side angle. And you take this at your pace. Oh, I did say side angle. Sorry about that. I meant reverse, but it doesn't matter. Just keep moving through, flowing through a couple of times. Add your own little spirit to it. And then we meet back in warrior two. Settling in, calmly gazing past the right fingertips. Arms overhead as the legs straighten. We're going to go into a forward fold here. All 10 toes are forward and just fold down. The hands either touch the floor or your legs. Whichever way you're more comfortable. Inhale and exhale. Just feel the back of your legs releasing as you inhale and exhale. Bringing your hands to your hips, coming halfway up to take a breath. Come the rest of the way up, okay? If your legs need a break, take them together, shake them out. Otherwise, we're going left toes forward, right toes at an angle. Left knee bends, setting up for warrior two on the left. Checking the position of the knee, right through the center of your foot. Knee stays over the ankle. Now your back foot, the outer edge of your back foot, presses strongly into the mat. This leg is super strong here. Shoulders in line with hips and arms out. You are in warrior two. Super grounded from the waist down, super light from the waist up. Gazing calmly past your left fingertips. Right hand gently to the right leg, left palm up, reversing the warrior. Back to warrior two. Left elbow bending, right arm up, side angle. Right arm can be straight up or over the ear. And back to warrior two. All right, this probably feels familiar, so we'll go through it one more time together. Back, reverse warrior, warrior two, and side angle, and then take it on your own, any pace that feels good to you, just keep going. The next time you find yourself in warrior two, not rushing to get there, just finding yourself back in warrior two, reestablish the ease and the groundedness of this pose. Grounded from the waist down, ease and lightness from the waist up, gazing past your left fingertips. Inhaling the arms overhead, all 10 toes forward, exhaling wide-legged forward fold. Some of the ways you can deepen this, if your hands are flat on the floor right now, you can turn your fingertips toward the back and walk your hands a little more behind you. If your hands aren't flat, just leave them where they are. Your hands might be on your legs. That's perfectly fine. I'm just showing you an option for extension if that's you today. And then if your hands are back, walk them forward. Everybody, hands to hips. Let's come halfway up and take a breath. And then the rest of the way up. And I think those legs need a break here, so heel toe and shake them out. Were we in wide leg for long enough? Your legs are like, oh, what's this? It's my other leg. Yeah, I see it. All right, wiggle around. Inhale and exhale. So between the sun salutation and that warrior flow, we're working on just getting muscle memory so that when your body is wanting to move, it just has some nice options for how to do it, right? Let's come to the top of the mat. Now we want the straps nearby. We're going to use them. Top of the mat, mountain pose. Feel your light and your warmth move through your body. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. As you take a half lift, bring your hands down, and we're just going to step back to down dog. Comfortably coming into down dog. The fingers are still spread wide. They always are when your hands are on the mat. Taking a couple of nice inhales and exhales, rocking the hips from side to side. And then bringing the knees down, sit off to the side and take your legs forward. All right, so let's grab the strap here and put it around the soles of your feet. So your feet are flexed and more around the balls of your feet, not so much on the arch, but around the balls of your feet. And sit up nice and tall with your feet flexed. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to use the strap to help keep the feet flexed as we fold forward from the hips. And then come up. Does that make sense? All right. So the feet are flexed. Your hands, you may have to choke up quite a bit on your strap. You know, you don't want to be way back here. So you want to be holding your strap as close to your feet as your arms will get, pretty close to the feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen. Your elbows are going to bend as you come forward. And then up. Whew. Is that making sense? All right. Holding on to the strap one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And breathe. Gazing toward the big toes. And then come on back up. Put the strap off to the side. Okay. We're going to keep the spine nice and long now as we inhale the arms up and then reach forward, 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 and just let your hands drop. See where they go. The feet are still flexed. You've trained them to stay flexed. Gaze toward your big toes. And breathe. And then release and sit up nice and tall. And go ahead and give your legs a crazy shake. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to keep the strap handy, bend the knees, position the hips as usual so that you are going to be completely on your mat when you roll down. Arms are forward, slowly roll down, placing the spine down on the mat, one vertebra at a time. And this next series of poses is called the Supta Hasta Padangustasana. And it's, believe me, as much fun to say as it is to do. So go ahead and keep your left foot on the mat, bring your right knee in, put that strap around the ball of your right foot and flex your right foot. You have one end of the strap in each hand. Your right foot is flexed, your leg is warm. So you're inhaling, and then as you exhale, not tugging, but gently encouraging the toes to move a little farther back as you get a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. Yep. And then release, the leg is straight up again. Yep, and if you don't have a strap, you're just holding onto your leg, that's great too. Okay, so with the strap, you put both ends of the strap in your right hand, and if not, you're just gonna hold on to your leg, either at the thigh here would be best. Left arm out, and let your right leg open to the right. So we're supporting the leg. It's not just flopping open. And then we bring that right leg back up. Switch the strap into the left hand. Okay. If you don't have a strap, you don't need to hold on here. Take your right arm out to the side. Inhale, and as you exhale, just draw your right leg across to the left, keeping your hips on the mat. Your left knee is still bent, so that right leg is not going to go far, and we don't want it to, because we're not looking for a twist, we're looking for a stretch in the outside of the right leg. Bring the leg back up, flex the foot, holding on, one hand on each side of the strap, or holding on to the back of your thigh. Gently encourage those toes more toward the back of your space. And then bend your right knee, bring your right foot down, and let your knees open and close a few times. Any questions about that? See where we're going? Okay, let's take it to the left. Ball of the left foot, left leg stays up, foot flexes, right knee is still bent. We inhale and exhale and gently encourage those toes. If the breath releases anything, the toes might move a little farther back. Holding the strap in the left hand or the back of your leg, right arm out to the side, left leg opens to the left. Bringing the leg back up to center here. Inhale and exhale. Either just not holding the leg or holding both ends of the strap in your right hand, left arm out to the side. Left leg crosses over, but it doesn't go that far. There it is. And then bring everything up, taking one end of the strap in each hand or the back of your leg, flexing the foot, and seeing if the toes will agree to go just a little bit farther back as the hamstring releases. All right, bend your knee, bring your left foot down, let your knees open and close. We're going to take the feet mat width distance apart, arms out to the side in a T, windshield wipers. As the knees go to the right, gaze goes left, knees left, gaze right, and so on. Just gently releasing the spine and the neck here. A nice little treat for yourself. Bringing everything back up to center, take your hands down by your side, bring your knees to tabletop, and we're going to point and flex the feet, and then circle one direction and the other. Give those ankles some love. Bring the feet down. Make a gentle fist and extend your fingers wide, giving the hands and fingers some love and attention, and then rolling through the wrists, one direction and the other. All right, face yoga now. Nice deep inhale. Inhale, squeeze up all the muscles of the face. And as you exhale, stick your tongue out and make a big noise. Ha! And release one more time. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. Ha! And release. Oh, just give yourself a few seconds here to feel the face so invigorated. Don't you feel it when you do that, right? You can really feel the oxygen and blood flowing to make your whole face youthful and vibrant. Now just go ahead and take a scan of your body from head to toe. Start to take your final relaxation position. Wiggle anything that's saying wiggle me before you relax. And once you're in your final relaxation position, we inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, just sinking into the arms of the earth. 2 more times like that. Inhale, exhale. The earth is supporting you. One last time, inhale. Sink onto the earth with your exhale and coming into your final relaxation. So slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And on your next inhale, draw your arms long overhead, stretch. Exhaling, draw your knees in, give yourself a hug, and find your way over to a side, taking a breath there, then helping yourself back up to a nice, easy seat. As you draw your palms together, turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit. Thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.